down. That's okay. It's kind of like a therapy session up here, right, guys?
Ooh, thank goodness. I'm in due.
You can tell us all your deepest, darkest secrets, and no one will say a word at all.
We only have 48 minutes.
What is this? There's a drink up here called Java Monster.
You know what?
Coffee plus energy.
Consume at your own risk. That's all I have to say.
I'm going to drink it over the course of the panel, and then I'm going to go out to the end of the stage at the end and do 90 consecutive push-ups.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm not.
You wouldn't be the first to do that, I have to say.
Really?
Drinking one of those. Well, I mean, you know, random things do happen. But first of all, welcome to Chicago, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Are you guys excited they're here? So, I just want to say congratulations on an amazing 8 seasons. The show is so much more than just a show. It really resonates on a deep level with so many people and so many fans. And I just want to know, when did you first realize after, you know, season 1 or season 2 that this was something more than just, you know, a show, I guess?
Right now, I would say right now. It's always surreal.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that I started to realize it second season, third season, maybe when I started actually going out and seeing people.
Right.
And seeing people who are fans of the show. But I always said, when I would be asked the question in a panel, like, what does it mean to do a show like this that helped start so many other shows? And I would say, well, it's really difficult to say because I'm in the weeds right now. We're making it.
Right.
I'll probably have a little bit more perspective once we're done. And that is starting to happen because for the first time ever, people are coming up and going, thank you so much, and they're talking about the show in the past tense.
Which must be absolutely crazy to hear. I mean, you work so difficult. It's so difficult to film, you know, and to be number 1 on the call sheet and to just put in those hours for all those seasons and years. What are you doing with your free time?
Waiting to get back to work. Emily and I went paddleboarding in Deep Cove in British Columbia, and this was...
We got him into the middle of the water. He was terrified.
Well, I was.
He's like, this is nice. This is good. This is good. We gonna fall in?
But I was looking at Emily having wrapped up on Arrow after season 7 back in like April, and this was like August maybe, and she was totally chill. Not me. I have felt a little bit like I've been a creature of habit for the better part of 8 years, and I feel like a little bit like a man without a country right now, quite frankly. I'm excited to get back to work.
But this is your country now.
It is.
Your
Thank
people,
you.
right here. So you guys are the first couple of the Arrowverse, and let's just talk about a little bit the relationship between Felicity and Oliver. Do you want to tell me how you sort of developed it? How did you create that bond that's so believable?
Well, you know, we were just saying this in photo ops. I looked at it and I'd been like, this would have been pure hell if I hated you for 8 years.
Emily, no, we were doing photo ops. Emily turned to me and she goes, "Oh my God, can you imagine if like we hate each other?" That's
Before you guys are getting in there, we're just dancing around all this. We're just doing. I don't even know what we're doing, to be honest.
I mean, the only difference between like. We have a good relationship because we get along with one another, and because Emily is a wonderful actor,
This is true.
and because we...
That is why. That's the only...
Thanks for finally owning it. I really appreciate it. But other than the occasional smooch or starting a scene where we're getting out of bed, same relationship with Diggle.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah.
But that comes back to.
All of those getting out of bed scenes and smooches with Diggle are just in the bloopers.
Lila, what are you doing here? That's not it. No, it comes down to shooting a television show. You work so much, and it's long hours, and it's arduous. It's not actual work; it's acting, and but you spend a lot of time with these people, and getting along with them, and cultivating a relationship like that, I think, shows up on screen.
Oh, absolutely. Well, season 8, you did revisit a lot of the guest stars and the reoccurring characters, but obviously Felicity, except for the finale, was gone. Was that how did you feel not having her around after 7 seasons?
It sucked.
Yeah.
She was my best friend on the set, and it was weird being there.
Word was. Anybody heard the was? I'm here.
Well, you weren't there anymore. You were my best friend when we were paddleboarding.
The seals?
It was really difficult, actually. I understand and support what Embed did, but that doesn't mean that going to set and not having her there wasn't.
I also have much fewer opportunities now to take photos and videos of Steven when he is not aware. And I'm going and getting very creative with it, considering we now live in different countries. So there's just like less videos of you in my phone, which is very sad.
Yeah, every once in a while, like for Christmas, Emily will give me like a Polaroid of like a candid photo of me. And I go, I don't know when that was and who took that. You took it, didn't you? I've asked you to stop doing that.
But yet there was still a video.
And they're beautiful.
Such a beautiful. Was it always your plan to return for the finale?
You know, it was sort of a surprise for me. Beth Schwartz called me and said, I have a really great idea. I think you're going to love it. Can I send you the script? And then the script changed a lot over time, and it was a couple weeks before the finale started shooting that it was all confirmed, and as soon as I got to set, it was pretty much like a high school reunion.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Felicity has become a STEM hero for young girls, you know, and
so cool.
it's really cool.
I would have had no idea that would be her journey and experience for other people, and that is the best thing, I think, for myself.
It's such a great legacy to have come out of the show. What are some of the stories that you hear from young women who come up to your table or speak with you?
Well, even just today, I had a woman come up and say, this is for my daughter, she's 8, she's really smart. Can you just write STEM rules on it? And if I was getting STEM rules on a shirt when I was 8, I would be rocking right now into science, you know? And I think that is super important. I think that was around for me growing up, but not like this. And now that we have so much more platform and social media and we can use that for the power of these sort of things, that is just crazy cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And congratulations for creating that.
Oh, well, it's the writers as well. It's not just me.
And you. We're going to open it up for questions. I know you guys probably have questions. There's 2 mics in the aisles over here where you can line yourselves up. And while they're sort of getting organized, everybody obviously in this room loves Arrow. They love you guys. What do you guys geek out about? What do you love? It doesn't have to be entertainment. It could be a hobby or a collection or something you're reading or watching.
Reading? I'm reading about, probably close to 15 different books right now. I was just thinking about my stack next to my bed.
Do you have Ender's angst where you don't finish the book but you start another one?
I don't get the angst. I get like, oh, I wanted to learn about that, and then all of a sudden I'm over there doing something on myth and like color and all of these things, and then all of a sudden my brain is just like, oh my God, just watch TV. Like, what are you doing? Please stop giving us literature. And peanut butter, I eat a lot of that, so that's like a huge fan.
What kind?
There's this Fatso peanut butter. No, I'm just.
I know fat. Okay,
oh my God, it's so good.
Is it salted?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Should it be?
We'll live a little.
Okay.
Is it crunchy?
Yeah.
I don't know what I geek out over. I love TV. I still love Survivors.
Oh.
I gave Embed
I got a 40th.
a buff because I bought a collector's set of
I got the purple one.
buffs.
It's really cool. Oh my God. I
I don't know why.
Today
But Emily used to get mad at me because I used to be a voracious reader. Like I'd read like 15, 20 books a year. And ever since I booked Arrow, I've had a really, really difficult time just sort of like settling down and reading, with very few exceptions, but maybe like 1 book a year. And Emily gave me a bunch of books, and I still haven't read them.
In season 1, he goes, let's do our favorite book trade. And I was like, oh my God, this is the man of my dreams. He's going to be my best friend.
I'm starting it tomorrow.
We're going to trade books for 8 years. Okay, he gives me Killing Yourself to Live by Chuck Klosterman. Great book. Hadn't read it. Read all of Chuck's work, so I was like, this is crazy. I give him Shantaram. 8 years later, I'm like, how is it? He goes, still haven't read it.
But now's your chance, you know? Now's your chance.
Starting it tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow. I love
journey.
that. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Spencer from Madison, Wisconsin. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Emily. Thanks for all the great years, all the great seasons. I guess a question that I have is there a DC character, hero, or villain that you didn't get to in Arrow or the Arrowverse that you would have liked to have seen your characters interact with?
Oh, someone that they didn't have the chance to interact with, but someone in the DC universe that you
Correct.
liked to see, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we could have had Jensen Ackles come on as Batman, but only if people wanted to have an awesome time. I would have liked to the whole Bruce Wayne of it all. That would have been fun. Although my favorite thing ever, I don't feel like I have any regrets because I got to call Superman Clark. That was not in the script. I was supposed to call him Superman. I called him Clark, and the director goes, "Can we get one where you call him Superman?" And I go, "No."
I don't think so. Yeah, no. Emily, anyone come to mind, or?
I was thinking Batman too, and I was just like, here
Yeah.
it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
That's see, the symmetry is still going on between you two. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Hi.
Hi, my name is Sandra from the suburbs of Chicago. In the final battle, the crisis battle, did you experiment with other lines for the "You have failed this universe"? Were there any other ideas that were floating around?
Yeah, there was one alternate of the line where I stated it as a question.
I guess
I'm kidding. No. You have failed this
Milky Way?
universe? No, that was it. And that's a really tough thing to do. I was talking with someone earlier. When you've got a catchphrase, it's really, really difficult to not be a caricature. But you've got to really lean into it. And I'm always embarrassed when I do it, a little bit. But if I don't lean into "You have failed this universe," it's gonna sound so bad.
It's like some egg, just take the egg off.
Yeah, lots of egg on your face. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. But you're so right about that. You have to put the depth and the weight behind that statement.
If you're gonna do it all.
Yeah, exactly.
For a penny and for a pound.
Exactly. Hi.
Hi,
You look great.
thank you. I'm Miles Morales from Spider-Man. Hi, I'm so nervous, but I'm kicking my anxiety's ass, so it's cool.
Don't be nervous.
Thanks. So I'm Erin. I live on the south side of Chicago, and I'm gonna be really, really cool for a second, but I never really watched Arrow. But
Hey, Aaron, real quick.
yes.
What are you doing here?
I really admire your work. That's why.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you haven't seen any of it.
I believe code 8.
Yes?
Yeah, code 8.
And code 9.
I'm sounding like a total jerk right now. I'm so sorry.
No,
But-
I'm really enjoying this. Keep going.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
But basically, what advice would you give me and to anyone else that will start the Arrow universe?
So a fresh watcher who's never watched.
Get some popcorn and your family and sit down, because you got 7 seasons times 23 episodes and 1 plus 10.
And then all the crossovers.
170 episodes.
I'm no mathematician.
Do you, Aaron? Hey, do you have a television?
Yes.
You're winning.
Do you have an internet connection?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Brand new. You Netflix?
can't afford it. I'm in college.
Okay. Pirate Bay? That would be my advice. Begin at the beginning. Block your VPN and...
Pirate Bay is still going, yeah.
Is this being recorded?
Definitely.
You have your mission for the next time you meet these guys.
Yes.
The next time we see you, we want you to recap the 8 seasons, okay? That's your goal. All right.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you. Hi.
How you doing, guys? My name is Markel from New Jersey. I wanted to say, Emily, I loved your play in New York. It was really cool.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask sort of a two-parter, which was, one, I was wondering if there were any happy accidents that happened during the 7 seasons that actually made it to air. And I was wondering if there was any props that you guys borrowed with the intention of keeping at the end of the show.
Oh man, I tried to make it away with this cookie jar that was a cactus with a sombrero on it, and I couldn't get it. At the end of 7 seasons, they were like, "You still can't have this cookie jar." And I was like, "I will pay you. I will kill you." Like I was doing everything. You come away with any cookie jars or no?
What are you talking about?
This cookie.
Where was it?
It was in one of the crossovers. We were in the cabin. There was the taxidermy bullhead on the wall. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on, and I was like, that margarita cookie jar is coming home with me. And then Jen was also fighting me for it. Jen, who's in our electrics department, and she's amazing. We were fighting for it. Neither of us got it. They wouldn't budge.
Now it's probably sitting somewhere at the CW.
Oh, it's probably nowhere. It's probably shattered on the floor, wanting an owner. Like, I was gonna give it a good home.
Still no. When you end a television show, and this is a real thing, I don't know why they do this, but they take every single prop that has ever been involved in the show, anything of significance, and they start cataloging it. And they put it in the Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark warehouse somewhere. and that's it. Like, the only time that I was able to take anything other than stealing the bow from the pilot, which I have.
A lot of people appreciate you stealing that.
I gave it away for a year, too, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I got it back. And then so I gave it to a young lady in San Diego, and then I gave her an Arrow jacket. That's all that I got. I got a poster. I posted it on Twitter, and it was the season 8 poster, but it was signed by everybody. And frankly, that's all that I needed.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Stephen, in season 8, you did have the chance, like we were saying, to revisit a lot of different points and characters and guest stars. Was there anything that you felt like Oliver missed out in that 8th season that you would have liked to have seen happen?
Yeah. I would have liked a scene with Colin Salmon, who played Walter Steele. I would have liked to had a moment with Katrina, who played Nissa. How long do we have?
We got 30 minutes and 7 seconds.
I was very, very happy with the people that Oliver got to see. There wasn't anyone on the list, so to speak, no pun intended, that we didn't get to, that I was like, well, okay, that feels like a miss.
Yeah.
There were a couple of ones that we tried for that we couldn't make happen. That's okay.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm going to try and get through this without stuttering so my friends don't beat my butt. But my name's David. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Stephen, for everything you've dedicated and sacrificed over the years doing this show and just being such an inspirational model.
They did pay me.
That's true.
I mean, that's true. That's true. That helps. But no,
lowercase s, sacrifice.
But no, thank you for being such an inspiration and a role model to me and people. But my question was, for both of you, was there a certain dialogue or a scene that was your favorite as an actor to deliver or perform? or that really challenged you?
Favorite scene throughout the seasons, or it could have been a stunt, or
Yeah,
anything.
dialogue.
Any memorable standout scene.
There's a scene in season 1. Wendy Stansler directed the episode, and it's when Felicity gives Oliver the book for the first time. Remember that?
Oh my God, we shot that scene at 4 o'clock in the morning
I
on
don't-
Saturday morning.
I don't remember that.
I do. I was exhausted.
But I was happy, and it was beautiful and sunny out, and I felt like I always remember that day. I remember being like, oh, I live here now. That's probably because it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
Isn't that where you come into the like a diner or something?
We got lost that set halfway through season 1.
Yeah, but that was Big Belly Burger. You came into Big Belly Burger, and you were like, "What's going on? Like, why do you look that way?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm agreeable." And then you got serious, and that was sort of the first time that we had because that was before you knew. I'm conflating. No, that was. No, it was before.
It was before.
Right.
It's for.
Okay, you showed me the book. Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
I always remember that episode. Like a
I like
fun
our.
one.
We had an awesome scene at. A little bit of the way through episode 309, where I get stabbed in the chest and kicked off a cliff, where I tell her that I love her, and also we had our last scene together before our last scene together. I think the cool thing about that was, and this never happens, this is the only time that this ever happened, other than if you've designed a scene where it's just one shot, but even then you do a bunch of takes. The scene where we say goodbye to each other in the cabin, our director shot a master of the two of us, shot one take on Emily, one take on me, and then wrapped us.
What you see is what you.
And the script supervisor was going,
Are you sure?
Are you sure? You sure? You sure? Because Steven's crying. And I couldn't totally understand what he said. Nope, we're wrapped.
Wow, that is really unique.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Great question.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Varsha. I'm from Elgin, Illinois. I just have to say, I love you guys, like, with all of my heart. I've been with this show, been watching the show ever since it started, so you guys...
Like for 8 years.
Yeah, you sort of feel like family to me. And before I cry, I just want to... my question was, that scene, and spoiler alert for Aaron, I guess, who hasn't seen the show, for the funeral scene that you guys shot, I was bawling.
Hush up over there, Aaron.
Wait, what? Wait, who dies?
Right.
Laurel.
So in the funeral scene, I was... Okay, I'm gonna give you a second.
Sorry, go ahead.
The funeral scene, when you guys shot it, Steven, were you there? And what was sort of like, I guess, how was everyone feeling when you guys actually shot the thing? Because I was super emotional. And
I'm going to let Embed take over.
But honestly,
I was not there. Hey, you want to come by for your funeral scene?
You all seen the photos of all the cast around the grave with big smiles? That's because we were like 5 takes into this photo, and everyone's like, my phone, and then someone was like, shouldn't we be sad? Because we all hadn't seen each other in what felt like a decade, but it wasn't that long. But we hadn't all been on set. We've never all been on set without you. Like, it was weird not having you there. You probably should have been there. But everyone was like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? How's your mom? Oh my God, this is great. You want to go to Crafty? Let's grab a donut. Just like, you should have been popping champagne at that point.
Mixed emotions, you might say.
And then action. Everyone's like, oh my God. Is that my daughter?
How'd you like working with Kat?
Yeah, Kat's the best.
Isn't she cool?
Yeah, she's the.
I like Kat a lot.
Oh my God.
Works
she's a
hard.
force.
She reminds me of you, actually.
No.
Good casting.
Good casting.
Whatever.
Good catting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will always keep you in my heart.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's really sweet. Hi.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Steven. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
My name is Adam Parker. I'm from the Chicago suburban area. Yeah, you all probably remember me from earlier. Yeah.
You were killing those
What'd
songs.
you do?
Well, they had a competition here earlier, and I'm dressed as Kylo Ren, and we were all brought up to perform, and I kind of performed for you guys until that last competition. I totally would have won that dance-off. I guarantee it.
Damn.
But
Okay.
my question to you is...
Just real quick, though, I have a question for you.
yes, Steven.
Suburbs of Chicago.
That's right.
Right. Anytime that I hear that, regardless of the suburb, I can't stop thinking about Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, is that right? Well, actually, from the city of Naperville, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
How fast your parents drive? The speed limit. We'll do 90.
It's true.
I showed that movie to my daughter when she was 2.5.
Oh, is that right?
Not impressed.
I see.
She's fine.
Fine.
Anyway, go ahead, man.
Oh, it's absolutely. Thank you, Steven. But my question to you is, now, I love the Arrowverse. Ever since Smallville ended, you guys showed up, I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, man, I love it. You have failed this city. I love it. I love it so much. But my question to you is, as actors, what was it that you looked into to play the characters that you played? How much of that was character decisions made by you, made by inspiration, or just you being told what to do by the directors?
The last thing.
Really, that's it?
Yeah, no, actually, straight up, when it came to the pilot, it was directed by David Nutter, and he's the greatest television director that's ever lived.
Is that right?
Yes.
Hang on. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
And we had, Greg Berlanti has turned out to be relatively smart, and our EPs, just in general, I knew what they wanted, and I just wanted to listen to them. And in the early going, I was very much just, the character was supposed to sort of be a little bit more quiet, a little bit more reticent, and that was intimidating to me because I didn't want the character to come across as being wooden. But it really was about just listening to what they wanted, which is fundamentally different than the job that I'm getting ready for now, where I'm just, all that I'm doing is thinking about what this character is going to be like. Whereas in March of 2012, it was like, what do you want me to do? That's it.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing to have that kind of trust and faith to be able to hand over, a performance.
Oh, no.
At least
I didn't have a choice. They told me what to do.
So becoming Oliver, and thank you, by the way, that was a great question.
Absolutely.
And great dancing.
Oh, thank you.
But in becoming Oliver, what was the process like for you? Was it a phone call, an offer? Was there an audition process? And how long was it and extensive?
I read the script on a Saturday night. I went in and I auditioned on a Tuesday for David Rappaport, who was the casting director. David Nutter was there, who directed the pilot. All of our EPs were there. It was in Greg Berlanti's office. And when I read the script, when I pictured it in my mind's eye, it was remarkably close to what the pilot ended up looking like, which is just lucky.
That means you're the right guy.
Well, you're never the thing about acting, are there any aspiring actors in here?
Aye.
Okay, cool. I heard a great quote once. You're never right for a part until you're perfect for it.
That is a good quote.
And I just got in there, and I was the first guy to audition, and David looked at me and just goes, "Could you please go outside for a second?" And then he brought like 17 more people into the room, and that was it. Like that was it.
That's an amazing story.
Because definitely shit the bed in a bunch of auditions before, right? Like, you never know, part of my language, but it happens. I'm sure you've had auditions where you feel
So many.
fantastic, and auditions where you're like, oh boy.
Well, you are the perfect Oliver. So,
Thank you, I appreciate
yeah,
that.
Absolutely.
You have not failed us.
Hi.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Stephen. My name's Oliver, flown from London. My name's Oliver, by the way, and you said he was the perfect Oliver. I felt a little bit offended. It's fine. Emily said I wore the suit better, I think. I love you guys. Thank you guys for the past 8 years. It's been amazing. You guys have delivered nothing but excellence on the screen. My question would be kind of, if you could go back to your younger self, what would you tell yourself, or what would be the most important thing you tell yourself in this show and in real life?
Advice for a younger Stephen and Emily?
In the show, so Oliver and yourself as Stephen and Emily and Felicity.
That's like 4 questions.
I mean, it's like one.
Well, for Emily and Felicity, I'd tell them the same thing. I would just be like, constantly be more present. It's a lifelong journey. I think they can use both of those. And, you know, eat a lot of peanut butter. Felicity's allergic to nuts.
For Oliver and for me, hey man, relax. No, I mean, listen, when you're, I think about this all the time. By the time we got to episode 3 on Arrow, the first day that I met Emily, I'd already worked harder on Arrow than I had ever worked on anything in my entire life. So when I say, hey man, relax, what I mean is that it was, in the early days, it was all-encompassing. And I suspect that I was probably short-tempered every once in a while. Never disrespectful, but hindsight being what it is, I wish that I could go back knowing what I know now and apply that to the first couple of years.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Great questions. Hi.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from Crown Point, Indiana. And I was wondering, well,
Where from?
Crown Point, Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. And I might just be speaking for myself, but maybe some other people when I say that I was kind of sad that Lena Luthor never got to interact with Oliver and Felicity, because I feel like they would have been great friends, billionaire and STEM people. Were there any characters that you felt like in crossovers you felt you didn't have like enough scenes with, or like you maybe wanted more scenes with, like people from Legends or Flash or Supergirl?
I wanted Oliver to have an affair with Supergirl.
I also wanted Oliver to have an affair with Supergirl.
I also wanted Felicity to
have an affair with Supergirl. I also agree.
That's what people really wanted.
As an aside, I'm dead serious.
So am I. So I think the answer is Supergirl. Just to take it all home.
I felt bad for Melissa because legitimately the first time they worked together, I was like, I don't apologize for this, but I'm totally gonna play it like Oliver is super, super into your character. She's like, can you not? Anyway,
Thank you.
She didn't mean it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi.
My name is Ashley Perry. I'm from Hershey, Illinois. And I just want to ask, what made you choose those socks with those shoes?
I've been admiring the socks. I like them.
Well, you see, the seafoam green in the sock really brings out the sort of
There's a really simple answer.
swirl in his
There's
face.
a very simple answer. I define my style for fashion, if you want to call it that. I never really wear anything different. These pants right here, they're from Kit and Ace. Okay? I've got 6 pairs in this color and 6 pairs in navy blue. Okay? I've got 3 or 4 different pairs of Vans. Okay? And I buy my socks from Stance, as well as my undies. And I just, whatever's up next in the rotation, I go for. Okay? I also recently got introduced to Stance t-shirts. Okay? I've purchased 17 of them. And I get my sweatshirts, and then I take them on the kitchen table, and I lay them over, and I cut the sleeves off. And that's that.
Can I say something else? Okay.
Do you
Confirmed.
Do you think does it look bad?
I mean, the colors don't really match, so like it sort of stands out. It stands out a lot.
Hey!
But it's okay.
Does it look bad?
No.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. But I also
Fashion icon, right here.
Yes.
You bought that shirt yesterday at the convention.
Here.
Good for you.
They're very cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
But you know what? You know what I read? I read that it's a sign of intelligent people that wear the same clothes. Like Barack Obama, he always wore the same suit. He had like 20 of them. So
Yep.
it's a sign of intelligence. There you go.
Yeah. Steve Jobs and I are exactly alike.
Woof.
Hi.
Well, we have the same first name, so.
Woof.
But that's actually where the similarities end. So anyway.
My name is Caitlin.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Good. And I was actually gonna ask about the socks, but
You were gonna ask about the socks?
No way, look at that, you guys are connected.
But who do you think is the most huggable character on SEC? I personally think it's Felicity.
Oh, yeah.
Diggle?
You know that I've never hugged Paul Blackthorne?
That
And I
sucks
really
for
want
you.
to.
Yeah. He's a good hugger.
You know who's a tremendous hugger? Most huggable person, I think, is Juliana.
She's such a good hugger.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
She's such a good hugger, though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'd say Juliana. I'll concur with you.
Well, there you have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm Michaela Perry from Hersher. Earlier, that was my sister, Ashley, who asked about your socks. And she was the one earlier that hadn't watched Arrow also, that you yelled at. My question, though, is...
What?
She started watching it, though, after you yelled at her, so it worked.
Good.
My question is, who's your favorite co-star to work with on crossovers?
Yeah, nice. Right before you said crossovers, I was like, you better answer this.
Oh, Grant. For sure.
Of course.
That's a good one.
I really love and I really valued every opportunity that I got to work with Grant. I always felt like, when I came out of a scene with Grant or a day of working with him, I always felt like I became a little bit of a better actor, actually.
Aww.
No, selfishly, I want to be better.
Yeah. Thank
Carlos,
you.
Carlos, for me, I'd have to say it. He's like beyond.
It's weird that he seems like his style is like, I don't care, but there's also clearly so much work
You have
that
to
goes
prepare
into what he
so
does.
much to look like you don't care.
I got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I love this show. It's amazing. We're only on season 3, so I got some spoilers.
Someone dies at the end. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, I actually watched Flash, and I kind of knew that Laurel died.
What?
What did you say?
I kind of knew that Laurel died.
Oh, okay. Do you have a question?
Yes. My name is Corey. I'm also from Waukesha, Wisconsin. what has been your most memorable, moment while acting and during your own?
On this show?
Most memorable moment on Arrow. Anything come to mind? Other than the scene in season 1, which...
The, when we flew across the elevator shaft. When they built us an elevator.
Oh man, in season 1 when they're actually building you stuff, they built an entire elevator shaft.
And then there was, so 4 seasons later, Steven had to carry me in an elevator shaft, and the elevator shaft in season 1 was like, we were in, what is it called?
A harness.
Or in a harness. The elevator shaft in season 4 was us on blocks, and him pretending to carry me.
Movie magic.
Why didn't they just do that?
Okay, I'm gonna expound on this story for a second. We did that episode. It was something that they call a bottle episode, which means that you're going to be in the studio the entire time. And this episode started right after I did American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, this is the later season.
And when I did American Ninja Warrior, I destroyed both of my arms. Like, it was really bad. I had something called compartment syndrome, which ultra marathon runners get in their quadriceps and their hamstrings and their calves and stuff like that. And it's when your muscle has so much fascia stuff on it that it can't express toxins. So it just becomes toxic. And it aches. And every single day, we would start with a scene where Emily would just be laying on the ground and I would have to go and pick her up. She's a human being.
That's
and
what
very
they think.
Muscular, by the way.
Very fit.
Very fit.
I loved it. I loved every second. It hurt a lot, but I liked it. I remember the most memorable scene ever. For me, have you ever worn a superhero suit? Other than cosplaying?
No.
Well, I have. It's awesome. And the very first time on the pilot, when I get to come out in the Arrow suit, man, oh man, it's
tight.
It'll never get better.
Yeah, he'll never forget that. It was real tight.
It's all downhill.
Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello, I'm Patrick from Wonder Lake, and I was just wondering who's your favorite Survivor contestant, and can they really call it the greatest of the greatest without Richard Hatch?
Oh.
Isn't he in jail?
Oh, come on, not anymore.
No.
Well, you shouldn't be able to play.
Russell is the greatest Survivor player of all time. Oh, shut up. I'm right. Boston Rob's a close second.
Come on, I know, but here's the thing about
Sandra's pretty good.
Sandra,
Did you
my
see
God.
that Rudy just died?
I did.
I was so sad. I really
saw that
liked him.
Yeah, I liked Rudy too. I've actually become pretty good friends.
Would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no, of course.
And
Absolutely.
we should play on this.
I'd get voted off first.
Yes, he would, because
but-
I would vote him off.
Or win. I'm not sure. I've become pretty good friends with my friend Danielle and her husband Ryan, and she finished second on Survivor. And every once in a while, I mention that I'm a fan of the show, and her husband goes, "But would you be a bigger fan if my wife was a winner?"
So wrong. So wrong.
Ah, it's so right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you. Hi.
Hi, my name's Josh. I'm from Chicago, and I just wanted to ask you a question, like trying to be as less spoilery as possible. So I know at the last scene in the crossover that they go get some new bling, and I just wanted to know if like he's gonna come back anytime soon, or if he's gonna come back at all.
Yeah. I have absolutely no idea. I haven't spoken to anyone that's involved in the production in 5 months. Not on purpose.
Life
Hang on, Aaron, cover your ears. I'm dead.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hi, I'm Mehdi from here. First off, thank you for being such a positive presence on social media, because I know there's a lot of toxicity and you always manage to rise above that, so thank you for that. But I'm excited for Heels, like I'm sure everybody else is. Are there people you've worked with over the past 8 years, whether in front of the camera or behind the camera, that you kind of want to take along, and are there people that you're taking along?
Well, I think that from a casting standpoint, I'd like to work with new people, just so that people can have a fresh experience. But there are a lot of people on the crew, and a lot of directors that we had on the show in particular, that I think I would love to work with on the new show if it gets rolling and gets moving. It's a little bit difficult because, especially with crew members, we shot in Vancouver, this shoots in Atlanta. Immigration is a thing right now in this country. Sorry. But actually, it's actually really, really difficult at the moment for someone who's on the crew, who's a focus puller, who's a camera operator, who's sound, who's whatever. It's not as easy as it used to be to bring them along, but there are some people that I would like to bring along. Cool. But I'm sure that we'll get excellent people. Down in Atlanta, they have excellent crews down there.
Thanks.
Thank you. Emily, we talked about Felicity's legacy sort of being her impact on young women through STEM and that. And Stephen, what do you want Oliver's legacy to be? You can think
Fixing
about
the
it.
entire universe?
That works.
No, I mean, one of the things that people bring up, I just like the fact that the character really did change over the course of 8 years.
Definitely.
Thanks in no small part to the person sitting to my right. But just in general, I like that he went on a journey, and yeah.
It was sort of the perfect culmination at the end. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, I'm Camilla. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. My question is, had Crisis never happened, how would you have liked the story to end for your characters?
If the crisis never happened and he was alive, how would they like the story to end for your characters? That's a good question.
Interestingly enough, we left in such a, I would say, a happy place in a way. And we get to sort of explore this idea of, I guess, universe and consciousness beyond. But I don't know if I'd change it. I don't want you to die in any terrible way. That's not what I'm saying. He doesn't, not sure if he died. I don't know. I haven't read, I'm sorry, I should go. But I don't know if I would change it.
Did you have an idea what you wanted to see happen? I think you've thought about this, huh?
A little bit. I mean...
So what's the alternate ending?
I mean, I'm just a sucker for happy endings, so I would have loved them to just go off and have 1 million babies and smoke tech to become the Empire.
It's not Tangled, though.
Exactly.
It's
they can still.
You guys don't know this? There's a comic book coming out. We have a lot of afterworld babies.
Perfect.
But since it's a different universe, you're
I'm pregnant.
It's an unusual twist. Thank you, though. Thank you. Hi.
I am Joe from Wheaton. Who is like the most important villain from Arrow that you guys think it is? I worded that weirdly. Who do you think is the most important Arrow villain?
Selfishly, Prometheus. I just like the fact that I know that in the canon of Green Arrow, it's Deathstroke, and Manuel and Deathstroke were fantastic, and we got a chance to build it up over 2 seasons and then see him again sporadically for the rest of the show. But I just like the fact that as a TV show, we got to create a villain based off of the lead character's actions in season 1, and then you have a guy like Josh come in and he nails it. And I think that's cool. I feel like there's always going to be more Deathstrokes. There's always going to be more Green Arrows. There's probably going to be another Felicity Smoak.
Yeah, that's right.
But like the fact that Josh, he created Prometheus, and I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
I think you're wrong.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And oops, sorry.
So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I'm Amanda. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and my question for you guys is, in 722, Oliver says how he would want to tell Felicity that he loved her sooner. When do you think that would be if he had that chance?
From the moment
6-7 seconds after I saw her.
These are bullet holes and I love you. I mean, it's amazing. What a track. #1 hit single on iTunes.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think he loved her by like episode 107, probably.
Probably like when he was in the back of her Mini Cooper, he was like, I know I love this girl. Because, like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that was episode 114. Get it right.
I know, that's why I'm saying probably then.
You've sparked a debate up here.
What the?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you guys, I'm really sorry, but this is going to be our last question over here.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Elena from Chicago. First of all, I want to say Felicity is probably my favorite character. I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. He's okay with that.
And my question is, what is the weirdest question you guys have ever been asked at like a con or an interview?
Weirdest question that you've ever been, maybe the sock question?
That wasn't that weird. I mean, it's pretty on par. It's a seafoam green.
Would you rather have finger-sized legs or leg-sized fingers?
That's a crazy question.
Robbie and I were in Chicago with Emily in 2015, and we did a big Facebook Q&A, and she videotaped it. And I like cultivated questions and like really like went for it, and thought a lot about what I was going to ask Robbie, my older cousin, and his first question was, would you rather have finger-sized legs or leg-sized finger?
What was your answer?
You can't answer that question.
I know.
Yes, you can, because you can still walk on legs that are the size of fingers if you have enough, but you can't lift your arms if you have as many fingers that are the size of legs.
Congratulations, you're a human beetle.
And thank you very much.
What was your... Come on, what do you think?
I don't know. Fuck. Sorry.
It's a real conundrum. It is.
It is a conundrum. Am I fired?
The CW is going to be so mad at us. Oh, wait. We're done.
Anymore.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Chicago, thank you guys so much.
One more big round of applause for Emily and Steven.
Hi, this is Aaron Ashmore, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe like now. Oh, and have fun and follow your fandom.